What's good, guys? I just had kind of a quick video. I ordered some more shoes, so I'm probably just gonna put all that together in one video coming up. But the purpose of this video is I've got a question for you guys, and that is, do you think the ParaNorman Foamposite contest was fair? Now, I'm not asking, was it a scam? Did they was there, I guess, shadiness going on? Anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. I personally know people that have won. I saw probably 7 or 8 people. I'm not a Nike Talk guy, but I was really into this contest. I saw about 7 or 8 people on Nike Talk post pictures of people they knew that won. And the man continues his hot streak. Mr. Foamer Simpson won the ParaNorman Foamposite, so gotta give shout outs to my man who's just literally on fire right now. He's like that point NBA Jam where after the first 3 shots he's hit 1, he's hit 2, he's hit 3. He keeps going right now. If you want someone to purchase a lottery ticket for you right now, I think it's that man. But yeah, so I also want to say that the shoe itself, I'm not a huge Foamposite guy. I've never bought a pair of Foamposites. I think they're honestly some of the ugliest shoes, but I think it would have been pretty cool to have these shoes just as almost a novelty. Like, you could say, yeah, I had one of the top 800 weirdest photos that was submitted. So I thought it was kind of a cool competition. I thought it would have been cool to at least say that you had the shoes, that you did have one of the weirdest pictures. But here's my beef with the whole competition. I'm going to read the rules straight up. And keep in mind, I read basically the entire set of rules. It wasn't that long. I read through the whole thing before I submitted anything, because that's just the way I like to do things. I'm not clicking on something and I don't know what it is. So I read through all the stipulations, blah, blah, blah. And this is exactly coming from foamposite.paranorman.com/rules. Limit 1 submission per person per contest day of the contest period. Each contest day begins at 12 a.m. Eastern Time and ends at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Non-winning submissions will carry over to subsequent contest days. Entrants are not permitted to submit the same submission or substantially similar submissions during the contest period. Each submission submitted by an entrant throughout the contest period must be different as determined by sponsor in its sole or absolute discretion. Duplicate submissions by the same person will be subject to disqualification. If you post updates or receive updates from twitter.com, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so basically, as you go through this, they allow 1 submission per day in that period, and each new day it has to be a different different picture. So here's where my beef comes in. I'm following the rules. I didn't get into the contest till towards the end. I had my dad see if he could find some pictures. So here's my thing. I literally saw the ParaNorman Twitter account throughout the contest period. At one point, someone tweeted, "Oh, I accidentally tweeted 2 pictures today. Is that okay?" And the ParaNorman Twitter account responded back, "Yes, we just don't want people spamming our page." And then someone the next day said, "Oh, sorry, I accidentally submitted the same photo twice." And then ParaNorman said, "Oh, it's okay." Then they posted some tweet to everybody saying you could submit the same picture twice. It just has to be in a different day. So basically, you are allowed to submit the same photo over and over again. you are allowed to submit different photos within the same day, even though the contest rules specifically state one picture per day, and it must be different every subsequent day. So I'm following the rules with this whole thing, where basically I could have just had my dad send me as many pictures as he could find, and I just literally send them a picture every few minutes. I could have done that, but I didn't want to risk getting disqualified. But it looks like about with 2 or 3 days left in the contest, they said all that was fine, even though the rules clearly state otherwise. And the other thing is that I want to say about the contest is they said that if you look, they have a table in their set of rules, and it says you've got a contest day, which is like August 15th, so it runs up into that 11:59 p.m., then it expires. Then the judging day is the next day. ParaNorman, before the last day was even over, before August 23rd was even over, before that entry period was even over, they had already tweeted out that the contest was over, congratulations to all the winners. Now, going based on the table, the people still had a few hours to submit photos, and technically, based on your rules, you weren't even supposed to start judging until the next day. So basically, that's my beef with that. Sorry, you can hear the phone ringing in the background. But basically, I'm just curious as to what your guys' thoughts are. Did any of you guys win? If you did, are you going to rock the shoes? Are you going to sell them? And overall, just your opinions on everything. I'll also post a link to my Twitter account below, so you can check out the photos I submitted. And I'll post a link to my man Foamer's Twitter account. He actually deserved it. His picture was funny as hell. He's got a picture of him covered in food. But I will put both those in the bottom. You can check out the 3 pictures I submitted. Let me know what you think. If any of you guys won, I'd also like to hear it. Again, sorry about the phone ringing a second ago. But a few other things that seemed kind of strange to me were, at one point also on ParaNorman's Twitter account, they stated on August 21st, we've scoured nearly 50,000 photos to award the first 400 pairs of ParaNorman Foamposites. Now, at this point, ParaNorman's Twitter account had, I want to say, somewhere around maybe 20,000 subscribers. And even now, they only have 40,000 followers. So that would mean that basically, and at that point, let's see how long the contest had been going. It had been going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. 6 days. So assuming that every day someone submitted a new picture and every one of their followers submitted a new picture on every single one of those days, you would have 6 times 18 to 20,000. So let's say at the most possible 120,000. Now to me that's quite the assumption, because they had probably 8,000-10,000 subscribers, if not more, before the competition was even announced, just from people that enjoyed the movie. And on top of that, I know a lot of people that only had 1 or 2 photos. If you have a similar photo, they just add it on to the next day. So the fact that that many pictures, 50,000, had been submitted at that point in the contest just seems a little fishy to me, that all that stuff was actually accepted. And then in addition to that, a lot of the announcing and direct messaging, etc., was done randomly. And some people said it was done a lot at midnight. Some people said that they got their direct message during the day. And it seems like if they were actually judging the contest like they said that they were doing, you would get the direct message at basically the same time every day throughout the contest. Otherwise, it makes it seem as if they were just randomly picking pictures out throughout the day, like, oh, this one's pretty funny, let's give him the DM. And then they check off, oh, there's another one. Oh, this one seems kind of funny, here's another one. To me, that isn't judging, that's just a random contest. Judging would be you accept all the photos and then scroll through them all and then say, oh, here's the top 100 for the day. So that's just my thoughts on the issue. Overall, I like the contest. I just thought that the rules should have been laid out a little bit better, and I think that they should have been more explicit about a lot of this stuff up front. And I also think that the judging should have been a lot more stringent and serious, I guess you could say. I think my thing is I assume a lot of people that were doing the judging could care less about the shoes. They just thought pictures were funny. I think a lot of people may not have realized how serious the shoes were to collectors, and that's also another part of it. But that's just my thoughts. Alright, I swear this is my last addition to this video. I have to do this though because basically in all my other videos I do it in one take, and I usually miss one or two small things and I always get comments on it. So basically the last thing I want to address is the fact that there was also no verification as to who the shoes were going to, which I think is something that was unfair about the competition. So someone could have taken a photo from someone else, or someone could have taken a picture from the internet, and if they won, all the ParaNorman people did was say, what's your name, address, shoe size, blah, blah, blah. There was no stringent or, I guess, secure way of verifying that the shoes were going to the person who actually submitted the photo and the photo actually came from that person. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking into this too much, and maybe it was just meant to be a stupid fun contest. But usually when it comes to stuff like this, I'm pretty serious about the rules. I'm a pretty competitive person, so I feel like if you're on a different playing field than me, that's kind of unfair. And I actually thought the shoes were pretty interesting, would have been nice to have. So basically that's my final thought on the topic. I think there should have been more of a verification to determine the photo actually belonged to the person with the Twitter account. But that's just my opinion and my thoughts. So guys, let me know what you think. Sorry for making this run a little bit longer than it should have, but I had to make sure I got all my thoughts out there. As always, thanks, rate, comment, subscribe. See you guys soon.